Awesome. Thanks for tuning in to another affiliated episode. We're here live at Traffic and Conversions, so excuse our dust and our background noise while people are networking around us and all here. But we've got a great guest here, my friend Curt Maly, flew all the way from Austin. Brought his belt, because he's the founder of the Belt Method here on the table. If you're listening, you'll have to envision a giant WWE-style wrestling belt. It's pretty sick. And what I love about Curt and what I wanted to bring him on for is all things Facebook. He's done an amazing job over the last decade working with 75 different verticals and niches. Really, the strategy for Facebook ads keeps costs low, works across any vertical, and is a really good example of, what do you call it, ethical propaganda?
Ethical propaganda, absolutely.
I love that. Well, Curt, would you mind kicking us off with just, for the people who don't know who you are, because they haven't been exposed to your propaganda yet, which can't be many people at this point, but would you mind just giving me a quick overview of kind of what makes you click a little bit and what you like and what brought you here?
Love to connect with smart people. Yeah. And for me, it's I'm fascinated with brain science, so I'm fascinated with marketing, so I'm fascinated with, I like to say ethical propaganda or propaganda. So for me is I want to come out to the event, meet a bunch of people who have a lot of experience. Like over the years when you and I have talked, what I really like is the small little distinctions. Like right before the recording, we talked about like, hey, what about the event? What do you think? Just because of based off your experience, your history in the industry, what I'm looking to do, because I've been doing this for like 10 years, whatnot, is meet some really high level people or dive in even deeper, and those small little tiny distinctions and those like 4-minute conversations where it's like, oh man, I'm gonna walk away with this gold. So I am here to talk to more smart people, typically that I already know, meet some new ones, but I'm looking for those little small distinctions that just really kick off the business, and that's what I want to talk about today.
I'd like to talk a little bit about top, middle, bottom funnel.
Absolutely.
As you're saying, because I think what you're saying with those words is a little different than what our audience might be expecting.
So a lot of people just kind of convolute it. Again, I'll go back to Facebook makes this way too easy. Right? Hit a button. So we got to take a look at it like relationships, right? Top of funnel. This is just an introduction. So for me, top of funnel, what I like to do, I like to run video views or long form content. And I think in my mind, okay, if someone consumes this content, would it help me pre-qualify my customer? Like, let's just say they're going to buy a house, right? Or, let's say they're going to buy a house. So I'm going to sell houses, whatever. If they watch a video about how to properly buy a home, it's a 10-minute video and they watch 5 minutes of it, I'm pretty sure they're pretty pre-qualified that I'm going to go ahead and retarget them bottom of funnel. If I just get clicks on a funnel ad, on a funny ad.
And I assume bottom of funnel is conversion, right?
Absolutely. So essentially what it works is top of funnel is just, hey, here's the introduction. Do I pre-qualify somebody? Actually, I'll get into my proprietary stuff because this is fun. So top of funnel cold market, right? We create something that's called the Hot 28. Some people try to reduplicate this on their own. I'll tell you how to do it. It's not that hard. So what Facebook basically does is they have all these different ways to retarget people. If they go to your website, it's kind of hard to retarget them based on the iOS thing. But if they're in-app and they watch a video view, they click on an ad or whatever, you can retarget all that stuff. So you go in the back of Facebook, and what we do is we set up an audience for 28 days. We call it the Hot 28. We take every way that you can retarget. This is how I won the belt. This is how you can take every way that you can retarget someone. Instagram, they click on an ad, they engage with a post, they go to your website, they watch a video. You fill out all of these for 28 days. And most people's retargeting doesn't work so well because Facebook needs a couple thousand people in a retargeting audience for it to work.
Okay.
And most people don't run enough traffic to get a couple thousand clicks to have it retargeted, so you're kind of in this conundrum. What happens is when you combine all these audiences in the Hot 28, video views, engagement, whatever, all of a sudden, I could care less top of funnel if they watch, if they click, if they become a lead, if they become a sale. If they engage with me a little bit, they're automatically in the Hot 28. So now that they saw this video for, let's just say 5 minutes about house buying, they're like, wow, I was thinking just about that. It's weird, it popped into my head, but then I saw this ad. Well, then I saw these testimonials, middle of funnel, ethical propaganda.
Okay.
So then I saw these testimonials. So for me, I run testimonials with no link.
And is a testimonial like a picture, a quote, a video?
Video,
all
picture,
the above?
quote, well, I like to run videos because you don't have to put a link in. If it's an image, you typically have to put a link.
Oh, okay.
You can write a long form story without an image to do an engagement post, but let's just say a video, for example, without a link. So if all of a sudden you see house, let's just say you see this ad about buying a house, great. So you watch 5 minutes of that video. Now all of a sudden you're in the Hot 28 because you watched, but you didn't click on anything else. Now in the Hot 28, you'll start seeing testimonials with no link. So for example, this would be like, Curt's really good at getting houses. Curt can do this, Curt can do that. With no link, people are watching these 3 or 4 or 5 minute videos for 10, 15, 20 cents. So they're getting all the social proof. And then I start running in middle of funnel, for example, the podcast that I'm on. So now what happens, they're like, oh man, I saw all these testimonials and people talking about Curt and his process. And it's really interesting because I read this other article that they were doing, and there's an application I can fill out to talk to someone about how I can get a house. That sounds amazing. Now that's bottom of funnel.
Gotcha.
So top of funnel is, what's the introduction? Did I pre-qualify them? Middle of funnel is what I call ethical propaganda. It's branding, but it's math and facts. It's a lot less cost than just getting a click to the website. I'm building a relationship. Now here's the kind of last key that I'll give you, which is great. Now I'm not running one offer. I'm talking about myself and I'm talking about the brand. So middle of funnel, I can run multiple offers, let's just say for houses. How to sell a house, how to buy a house, how to get house maintenance, how to get loans, how to get financing. I can run multiple offers, whether they're my offer.
Affiliates, right? Yeah.
100%. So I run a lot of affiliate stuff in my middle of offer because
that's floating everything. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
30% of people opt in. 70% of people don't. So if I offer another Facebook course and they don't buy mine, but they buy someone else's, I just want to help someone.
Yeah.
So if I'm stuck to think I can only offer this one offer, it's kind of like you're only one funnel away. No, you can actually have multiple offers because someone else's offer may convert better than yours at first while you're figuring it out. So I run multiple offers middle of funnel. So for example, how to get financing on a house. So when someone clicks on it, I know they're interested. Now that's bottom of funnel. For the next 7 days, I'm only going to show them ads about that specific offer.
Gotcha.
So what most people do is they're like, did you buy? No. Buy my stuff for 10% off. No. Buy my stuff for 20% off. No. Buy my stuff. No. What they see here, my value proposition is reach people at a discount, build a relationship, use your own ethical propaganda where people are talking about you, your brand, like you're starting to be seen. You use multiple pieces of content here. And then literally what will happen with Facebook is you'll present an offer and people are like, not interested. They won't click on it, totally fine. They present a second offer. That's everything I've been looking for. Could be an affiliate, and just what you alluded to before, I'm paying for a lot of my traffic with affiliate traffic for my main offer, and it's just use the math and facts to offer more than just one thing.
You're kind of blowing my brain. Sorry. Okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense. But okay, so you're running this through. I assume, right? Not everyone's going to convert, even on the 7-day thing.
Right.
Right.
So then they go back to where?
I assume the top of the funnel 28 day.
Hot 28.
Hot 28.
Yep.
Yeah.
So just for clarification
here,
right? You have top of funnel cold market. Mm-hmm. We have the hot 28, which is our middle of funnel. People kind of figuring out who we are to make a conversion. So here's what we do, a little trick. We exclude all of our hot 28 audiences from our top of funnel audiences.
Okay.
Because we only want to reach new people. We don't want to hypothetically reach somebody who saw us 28 days ago or whatever. So what happens is once they click on the ad or watch a video, they're in this hot 28. So remember I mentioned that I combined all my audiences together for the hot 28? Mm-hmm. So if you watch one video and then watch a second video, those are two different audiences. So your clock gets reset for 28 days. So as long as you keep watching and engaging,
you're in that hot 28.
Right.
Okay.
So if you see an offer that you like and you click on it but you don't buy, you go back to the hot 28, and as long as you're still clicking and engaging, then you'll see some other offers, just like an email list. That
so you'd have someone just seeing your stuff for years, right? And just kind of
if they keep engaging, but if they get annoyed of me and they just keep on scrolling past, then you're not going to see my stuff anymore.
And you go back and
but
just
again,
audience.
If I didn't pre-qualify people top of funnel and I just drove a bunch of clicks, I'd be retargeting a bunch of people that shouldn't be in there.
Right.
But if I pre-qualify people top of funnel, I know I have the right audience, I know I have the right message, but maybe I haven't got the right message to help them convert. So I'm going to try a couple of different other products to help them convert because I want to help more people, not just with my one product.
I love that. When you're selecting audiences, are you letting Facebook kind of, I don't know Facebook that well, but I know Facebook marketers. I know some like to get really specific with their audience selection. I know others like to let Facebook figure it out and just go really wide, and they might do geo lock and like English or something. But
so here's a little trick I'll give you that I do. I don't know if you've interviewed Dennis Yu. Dennis is great. He has a strategy called the $1 a day strategy. And every time I bring this up, I'm like, I got to mention Dennis's name because he had this. So what I like to do is I actually take my webinars, for example, for the belt. I cut off the pitch, 30 minutes. So it's webinar's an hour long. Cut off the pitch, it's just 30 minutes. It's my belief system. A webinar is, you should believe this, that I can help you with this need, and then it's the price. Well, what about just the idea, the big idea, and just kind of the overall problem and then the need solution, just a little bit without selling? We'll run that top of funnel, 30-minute video. I will select 40 different audiences. So here's my campaign name, top dash 30-minute webinar, 40 audiences. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 40 different ad sets. Each ad set's a different audience.
same webinar. Okay.
Same creative. So here's what's going to happen. So Ryan Dice doesn't actually have a huge audience, but he has a couple thousand people. Can't run a conversion ad on that. For $1 a day running to Ryan Dice, Facebook will find the right person at the right time who will watch that half an hour video for 30, 40, 50 cents. So if I have 40 different ad sets at $1 a day each, this is running, to be specific, ABO, you want to force Facebook to run the Ryan Dice audience for the $1 a day to watch the 30-minute webinar. And Facebook, because you're constricting it so much, is just like, oh. Okay, we're going to find that one person who's sitting there who's going to watch 30 minutes for 25 cents. Okay. So now here's what happens. So I can go out and find all these audiences that are like 2,000, 5,000, 100,000, whatever. Doesn't matter. As long as I know, is this the right audience to pre-qualify my message, right?
Okay. Yep.
So imagine I have 40 different audiences at $1 a day. Now what's going to happen, it's an 80-20. So I'm going to start seeing some audiences where it's only 10 cents to watch my entire video versus like $1 or $1.50. So I'm going to start turning off the ad sets that cost me more than $1 for someone to watch the video, right? To watch the entire 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. They are pre-qualified for $1. If someone watches the entire 30-minute video, which is very possible, for 50 cents, I'm going to double down on that ad spend. So after about 7 to 10 days, I'm going to turn off the stuff that doesn't work, and I'm going to double down on the stuff that does, the ad sets.
So in theory, you're cutting off 20, and then you're increasing other stuff by another $1 and doubling that. Okay.
$2, $4.
Yeah.
If I start at 50, Facebook goes out and finds a bunch of random people. If I start at $1 and go to 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, Facebook's just finding the right person at the right time. So let's say we're 7 days down the road now, top of funnel. We've now identified 20 audiences that are working really well for us. Great. What I'm going to do is always test my offers in the hot 28. Always. So when I have an offer, I'm going to test it in the hot 28 because those are the people who know, like, and trust me. Now, once I start getting conversions and I see that it's probable, great. Let's run this top of funnel. So now what we're going to do is we're going to run the best of the best creatives. So I'm only testing audiences top of funnel. I'm no longer testing creatives top of funnel of the offer. That's where people lose most of their money. Is they're testing in a cold market and they just keep on testing. They're not testing with people who know, like, and trust them, right? So what happens then is top of funnel is we have those 20 audiences. Well, I know I have these creatives that work with this offer middle of funnel. I know I got these 20 audiences that work top of funnel. Facebook works better with bigger audiences. I combine all 20 audiences into one big audience of 15 million people, turn on my conversion ads for the offer that's working middle of funnel, takes off like gangbusters because I've identified the perfect audiences that match with this message. So I like to do that from the $1 a day. And so testing top of funnel is only testing audiences, and I'm not testing my other creatives because I've done that middle of funnel already.
Sure.
Right?
Okay.
So what it's going to give me the ability to do is to scale rapidly with larger audiences. And last 2 points to answer your question there is we find right now lookalike audiences are really kind of iffy with the whole algorithm and everything else. Bigger audiences will always do better. So if you can do 5, 10, 15 million people, oh my goodness, it's going to be so much better. But you're going to have to pre-qualify with your ads, top of funnel. So that's why I do this $1 a day to pre-qualify stuff, to find the right audience, because lookalikes aren't as powerful as they used to be before. But sometimes open targeting can really do really well for people because it's a low CPM. Again, just age, but you have to have a lot of conversions to really make that thing work.
Yeah, okay. I think people I chat with, they're going more, the way we've been talking about the direct to consumer, just they need conversions, right? And they go really wide. And yeah.
I would say pre-qualify people top of funnel with very specific audiences.
Yeah, okay.
Middle of funnel, test out all your bunch of different offers. The offers that work, then run them to wider audiences, because the worst thing that you can do is run to a really wide audience that's unqualified with a new offer. That's where you're going to waste a bunch of your money.
Gosh. I could chat with you for another 6 hours about this,
but
yeah,
that's good.
But as we can wrap this up, so you can go blow some more people's minds. What are some easy ways for people to get started here? And this is a chance if you want to plug yourself, great. But if it's another way that people can kind of like start playing with this in their own marketing or their own branding, like is it something that you need a structure to follow, or is it just hey?
Oh, yeah, this is great. This is great. So an easy way to get a hold of me and kind of figure this whole thing out. By the way, this is how the belt method works, right? Long story short, in 30 seconds, I won a belt in front of 35 other media buyers at Agora Financial 3 years ago. And it's because I document everything that we do, and a lot of people have ideas, but they don't have documentation to show or to prove it. And since I teach and I do, I'm able to, everything that I say here, I'm able to show you the documentation of how you can do it on your own. And that's how I won this championship belt that I carry around, people know me for, whatever. So we have YouTube. I mean, you can literally just Google the belt method and you'll come across my stuff. And the whole goal is literally once you watch one video, you're going to be retargeting and you see a bunch of other content, but people can check out my free content as much as you want. I just want to help a ton of people. So what ends up happening for people to test this out, right? I have a free group on Facebook. You can find, the belt method. You can see how to do that. I have a lot of free information for you to start to implement. What my goal is overall is if you start running these video views as brand awareness and you think a little bit differently, you'll start to run these ads and you'll be like, oh my goodness, my cost is a lot lower. Even by spending $10, $15, $20, you'll notice over a couple of days. And then what starts to happen if you do a Google, kind of find the brand, look around, like again, I am not giving a call to action link that says buy my stuff here. It's literally this easy because I want to build a relationship with you. So if you want to find out more about me, again, you can just Google the belt method, and it's not, you're going to land on a specific website. It'll show you a couple of different videos and you kind of dive down in the rabbit hole. But the whole goal is to help lower your ad cost, help more people, build up your branding just a little bit. And I can't stress enough, this has been, you said at the beginning of the interview, this has been used in 75 different industries. So the only industries it does not work in, anything that's what I like to say is unethical, unmoral, right? Or anything that Facebook runs.